the dollar is at the end of its currency life cycle. That's really what's happening, and people are in denial of that. And we know we're close to the end because of that change of the measurement stick. That's what's happening here. When those dollars were first issued, they were a derivative of gold. They represented equity. Uh, and as you mentioned in 71, when they changed that, they made a new system, and debt dollars became a derivative of debt, meaning they were representative of tomorrow's promise of production rather than yesterday's proof of production. And when they did that, they kind of opened Pandora's box. And that really is what allowed the government with the Fed to create all of this new currency. And the real problem is that they're creating the currency faster than the economy is growing. I'm not a Keynesian. I don't think modern monetary theory is accurate, but you can expand the monetary supply with the growth of the demand from the economy. That is possible. In other words, when gold was backing the dollar, there was still a credit market, but it was backed by equity. It wasn't backed by debt. You don't back debt with debt. And people now are starting to realize, wait a second, the reason we have this problem is because we're building debt products on top of debt products on top of derivative debt products, and we're levering up, right? So you have debt times 10 times 100, and now it's getting to the point where debt to GDP is beyond. And for people who don't know what that means, that just means we've spent so much money that if we took all the money that the world can produce in 1 year, we've borrowed more than that. We've created more money than we can ever pay back. And what happens is, as they create more and more of it, that currency loses its purchasing power. So it's a very basic concept that even my children understand. When there's more of something, it's worth less. When there's less of something, it's worth more. And they've abused that power. And Bitcoin takes away that right for them to abuse that power. It takes away the ability for them to abuse that power. It brings us from the debt-based system back to an equity-based system, but with the complements of gold that we were talking earlier, where it's portable, settlement is quick and fast and cheap and easy. And it truly is a technological advancement. So I love what you said. You're like, I'm not being bold. I'm just being honest with you. You're talking about old paper technology. You write shit down or you email people. Come on now. It's all digital. And that's where this is going. And Bitcoin is going to allow us to do it instead of having to trust the government and bankers to do it. And that's what I want people to wake up to. That's the hope behind your kind of probability, is that the probability is things are going to get better, not worse, because we're going back to an equity-based system, and we're forgetting about these debt-based lies that we were told were going to work and ultimately did not.